Yo, what is good, everybody, and thank you so much for stopping by the channel once again from us over here at Locust&WildHoney. So as you probably read in the title description or the thumbnail of today's video, we're gonna be going over the Rhuigi x Pacsun collaboration. But just before we get today's video started, I did want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button and comment down below if you did find this video helpful in any way, shape, or form. Today we will be going over release information, sizing, my opinions on quality, and last, my overall thoughts on the entire collaboration, as well as talking about the collaboration in relation to the mainline counterpart, Rhude. Anyways, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So first and foremost, I think it goes without saying that this is a huge get for Pacsun. Of course, many of us are familiar with the diffusion line that came out of Fear of God mainline, which was branded Fog and ultimately would become what we know today as Fog Essentials. This collaboration was huge and Jerry was at the climax of his powers as Fear of God quickly became a household name. You see a similar pattern where a lot of celebrities are choosing Rhude as their designer streetwear brand of choice. And I think it goes without saying that there's definitely a market for those individuals who can't quite afford mainline Rhude but want a similar aesthetic, which is why Rhuigi x Pacsun was a brilliant move on Pacsun's part. Now, if you guys do follow me on Instagram, then it comes as no surprise that Rhude's my favorite brand. That faded sun-dried vintage aesthetic is one that I'm a huge fan of right now. So needless to say, when I did hear that there was gonna be a Pacsun Rhuigi collaboration, I was pumped about it. Now, with all that being said, we can expect Rhuigi x Pacsun to arrive at Pacsun stores on the 27th, which is this Friday. My assumption is that there is gonna be an online release, but nothing is set in stone just yet. Now, as it relates to price points, it looks like short sleeve t-shirts are gonna be at $40, long sleeves at $50, hoodies at $90, socks at $20, and hats at $40. Guys, do follow me on Instagram. You would have known that a couple weeks ago because I did post that on my Instagram stories. Now, in my opinion, I do find the price points to be very, very fair. Honestly, I wasn't anticipating them being priced this low. Now, $40 isn't necessarily cheap for a t-shirt by any stretch, but due to the fact that it is a collaboration with a top designer, I feel like 40 is a fair ask. Hoodies being at 90 is right around the same price you'd pay for like a Nike hoodie. So I'm not mad at the pricing at all. Now, as it relates to presentation, you don't really get any special packaging or anything of that nature. Now, I know Essentials did come with those Ziploc garment bags, and those were nice for sure, but keep in mind that Essentials was just a touch more expensive, so essentially you're kind of getting what you're paying for. But with that being said, the inside tags are definitely very nice. So here's the first t-shirt, and this is actually the one that I was looking forward to acquiring the most, just because I like the graphic on there. I think one of the biggest questions you guys will be asking is how is sizing, and I actually took a size medium. That's actually what I'm wearing right now, and I do find that it does fit kind of snug. Now, just for reference, in Essentials, I do take a size small, and that stuff is oversized. But what I do find with this Rhuigi Pacsun collab, I do find that they do fit fairly true to size, if not slightly small. So I think sizing up to a large would have been the move if I had the choice to do it over again. But needless to say, it's definitely a very sick shirt, very dope graphic. Now, apart from sizing, I think the second question you guys will be asking is, do they feature that very nice sun-dried vintage pigment wash looking fade on the Pacsun collab? And in all honesty, I don't see it too much. Now, when I'm in the light and I really, really look for it, there is a slight kind of sun-dried aspect to it, featuring that slightly white tint, and the shirt is a little bit rough, feeling like it has a sun-dried aspect to it, but it's definitely on the subtle side. The second tee I got is the Wildlife long sleeve tee, and surprisingly enough, this one's actually my favorite out of the bunch that I did get, just because of the details. I do like the color a lot, and the way it fits is very, very nice. The sleeves are a bit on the longer side, which I do appreciate. As you can see here, there is some print going down the side. Also, I do feel like overall, as it relates to the weight and feel and kind of color of this tee, I feel like this one's gonna be most like Rhude than the t-shirts or the black t-shirt that I did get, and hoodie for that matter. For this one, I did take a size medium. That's actually what I'm wearing right now. And I do find it fits very similar to a t-shirt in the body area, but the sleeves being a little bit on the longer side make a medium my preferential size of choice. So that's something to take into account. And last up, we have here the Wildlife hoodie. Now, this is the piece I was most looking forward to acquire upon seeing the first leaks of this Rhuigi x Pacsun collaboration. And that's simply due to the fact that I'm a huge fan of the Rhude sweaters. I have quite a few hoodies and crew necks, and they're a constant go-to for me personally. I love how they fit, how they feel. the age on them, they are amazing. But for the sake of full transparency, I do find these hoodies to be on the underwhelming side of things. Now, it's no shade whatsoever, but due to the fact that I did have such a high regard for the hoodies from mainline, I feel like they did kind of drop the ball a little bit as it relates to the quality and the feel of these hoodies. Now, I don't necessarily want to say they feel cheap, because it feels like your everyday run-of-the-mill hoodie, so that's not a bad thing necessarily. But in my opinion, I feel like if they had just given it just a little bit of a wash or like a sun-dried aspect to it, even if it was as minute as what they did on the t-shirts, I would have been happy with that. Now, please don't hear me wrong, I'm not hating by any stretch. In fact, I'm openly confessing that I did kind of have somewhat high expectations as it relates to this hoodie, and that can absolutely be my bad on that one. But I mean, with that being said, it's a sick graphic for sure. You got that wolf up front, you got some text that says wildlife, and you have a Rhuigi signature. It's definitely a sick hoodie, and the color scheme is dope as well. So there's nothing wrong as it relates to design. It's just the hoodie itself. I don't really like how it fits. This one's a size medium, and it is very, very snug. All right, guys, so to wrap up today's video, I did want to talk about my overall thoughts of the Rhuigi Pacsun collab. I definitely think that it is a welcome addition to the Pacsun line. I still believe that this was a huge get for Pacsun, because Rhuigi is absolutely at the top of his game. I think that this year is going to be a very big year for Rhude. I actually professed that a couple years ago, and look where he is now. I have nothing but love for my fellow Filipino, and I sincerely believe that the sky's the limit for him. Now, as it relates to product specifically, I think that they're off to a great start. I think it's worth mentioning how difficult it is to mass produce garments, let alone sun drying them, making them look aged, making them look vintage. That's no easy task. So with that in mind, I do see a bright future and a ton of potential as it relates to this Pacsun Rhuigi collaboration. Anyways, with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for stopping by the channel once again. It means the world that you guys continue to come back and support, and I truly consider it a privilege to get to serve you guys through making these videos. Anyways, as I end every video here at Locust&WildHoney, I'm gonna say peace and be blessed.